Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people, and welcome back to Broston County episode number. Yeah, I like episode number better instead of part number. Yeah, episode number 19. This is a weird way to start a video in this City Skylines series. It really was a strange way to start a video. Anyway, we are over here in an area that Destin built, and you're thinking, but Brandon, normally you do these in time lapse and you show us them building them, and yes, that is what we normally do. But not today. Because something happened with Destin's recording and it only got the first 45 seconds of it. And I would have already been out of footage. So we're just here. We're just over here at this area, and I have covered up the notes that he wrote. And if I move the mouse over to the other monitor, it's going to scroll off the screen. So I'm going to pause for a moment. Well, not pause. I'm going to do that. I'm going to pull up the notes. And then through the power of editing, I'm going to hit resume game. And I now have the notes. They're right there. Look at that. So yeah, he built up a small town. And that's exactly what he has done here. He took the hill that's over here. That doesn't really look like much of a hill until you turn on your terrain heights. And then you can see it is indeed an hill. That's not the tallest, but it's there. And he turned this into a nature reserve. That has nothing. Absolutely nothing in it. I don't know if he has future plans for this. He doesn't really say. Just says that it has a path leading to the top. And, yep, that checks out. There is a path leading to the top. So, cool. We have a compact bus station over here, being very compact and bus station-y. And that is used to connect. This is something else right here. This is kind of impressive. It goes from here onto the highway and all the way down to this bus station. This bus station. That is quite the trip. What about it? Does it go out this way? Is there no way for traffic going that way? No, they can come right here and go shoop-a-doop right like that. I wonder why it doesn't come back this way. It seems like that would be shorter. No, it have to come down here. Yeah, okay. Anyways, so yeah, very, very long bus route. I'm thinking that's probably 30 kilometers. Let's see. 20. I was off just a little bit, but this is exactly 20. And you can see what's happening already. We've got a lot of people wanting to use this. He's got it down to just 3 buses. We need at least 2 more. I'm going to go ahead and double it to 6. And it will take a while to get out here. So we have that. And he says he did this to make it easier to travel between the 2 areas. We have office, we have industry, we have commercial, and we have residential, including like 1 random square of high density. 2. Sorry. 2. No. 3 squares. 4. Can I get a 5th? Is there a 5th one? There is. There's 5th and 6th over there. Okay, cool. So a little bit of density as well. And he has in all the city services, and he made some interesting choices over here. We both have 81 tiles, so mod, so it is. And we've got the electric roads feature turned on, so we have power flowing through the roads, and I mean, we can see that, and we have a lot of power being produced. 2,054, in fact. We're using 1,200. And for some reason, he added in another 56 megawatts over here. I don't know why. Maybe he just wanted to feel like it's its own unique place with its own unique utilities because it has water and it has sewage treatment over here. Maybe he just didn't want to run the water lines all that way. That's a possibility. And the only downside to doing this way is by going in here and looking at just our water availability and sewage treatment, we could actually have a surplus of water over here and not enough over here. But if we looked at just this, be like, oh yeah, it's fine. And if we didn't come over here and look, and vice versa, we could have this area that's fine, but that area that's not. I tend to think that would probably show up more here since there's more people over that way, but still, it could make it look as though we had more than we needed. So we're going to do a couple things to add on to what Destin has built. One of which is I don't like how this is going like from 2 to 3 and then 3 to 2. I don't like the way it looks. So we're just going to go ahead and upgrade this. And then that's a nice transition point there, because then it gives us some dedicated turn lanes in some ways. And also, my timed traffic light is set up incorrectly. This is a diverging diamond, and one of the beautiful things about a diverging diamond is that no matter which way you're turning, you tend to be making a protected turn that you shouldn't have to stop for. So if you look, these guys here are stopped right there at that stoplight, but there's no reason for them to be. They have their own dedicated lane here. And the lanes that come across here would flow into those 2 lanes. And it should be set up that way in TMP. It is. So all these turn lanes are protected. So there's no reason for anybody that's turning right here or right here to have to stop. And then same with these left turns off of here. There's no reason they should ever have to stop, and there's no reason that should ever have to stop, and then down here, so on and so forth. So this is my oversight when I built this. I didn't come in and correct the time traffic light. It looks like there's actually not even a time traffic light here. Time traffic light. Yeah, there's not. That's very interesting. So we're going to set one up, and then, whoops. I want to add it to that. There we go. Somehow I've added it to 3 different nodes. Deselect all nodes. There we go. I don't know what other node I added it to, but those are the only 2 that I need. So we need to set this up. And basically what we need to do is when this light turns green, that light down there for this side needs to be green. And then vice versa. When this side becomes green, that needs to be green. All of our right-hand turns and all of that just need to stay green at all times. So we only need 2 steps on this. But we first have to come in here and add or change modes on all of these. Which that one doesn't have a mode to change. This one's a little weird because it technically is not a left here, so whatever. And then we need to come down here and get these all expanded out. There we go. That's for the crosswalk. There's that one. And then there's that one. Awesome. So we're going to make it so these right-hand turns, and then this is for these guys over here. Yeah, I believe so. These right-hand turns are always green. Yeah, okay, so they started going. And then down here, that right-hand turn is always green. And that, what do I keep doing? Get a thing underneath it. That's always green. There is no signalization up here, so we're good on that. Awesome. My mouse is not tilting. There we go. That was weird. It's still not wanting to. Oh, very odd. Yeah, I'm having issues with my mouse. Bear with me. I think it's just the middle mouse button is dying. It's a Razer product. Of course it's dying. It's only a year old. Yeah, this is, and the mouse button's dying. Awesome. Anyway, so here we want to just let these guys go, even though there is no right turn from here. Whatever. We're just going to let the whole thing go. And then we need to come down to this end. So this is going to be these guys coming this way. So down here, we want this one, I do believe. Cool. I will just make this a standard 3/8, and that should be fine. So we'll add that in, and then we will add a step, and then we will hit these with red. We'll hit this one green, and then we'll head back down to this end. And now that I look at this, do I have this done right? I'm not sure that I did that right a minute ago. I did not. This, okay, so yeah, this is what we did here, and then this needs to, okay, let's start over. Edit this side. Yeah, I did the wrong side. This needs to be, yes, because we're coming through that way. Okay, I'm with it now. Cool. And then we want to add a step and make straight through red. Make this green. And then come down here. Make that green. And make that red. Add. And start. And that should be all we need to do. Now, anybody who's coming on... Oh, this is really going to get on my nerves with this mouse. This is... When did it just started doing this? Like, it was working fine earlier today, so it makes me wonder if I'm having an issue, maybe a conflict with something in the game. It's like anytime you could almost see it happen. Like anytime the cursor would maybe go over something. That's not happening now though. So yeah, I don't know. Don't buy Razer products is the moral of the story. They're garbage. And I will stand by that because I've been through multiple mice and multiple keyboards of theirs. And after about a year, they just stopped working properly. So with that little rant out of the way, I noticed that Destin ran some power lines over here from the coal power plant all the way around and to there as well. I'm wondering if like the electric roads weren't working for him. None of these power lines should be necessary except maybe right here. Sometimes the power doesn't want to jump from a road to a water facility, but I'm just going to see what happens. I don't think we need them. Like I said, I don't know if maybe the game was just experiencing an issue, but we should have power here. It should just be flowing. Yeah, it's yeah, here, this one. This just happens sometimes, and the easiest thing to do is go into your emergency services, grab an earthquake sensor, and shove it right next to it. That should grab power from the road. So it's not going to. Sometimes the electric roads just work really, really weird. And it's kind of why I'm glad they're going to be baked into City Skylines 2 natively. Alright, well, if it's not going to work there, then what if we move it to like... Oh, wait. That's happy now. I don't know why it's suddenly happy, but it is. So be it. Cool. So that gets that kind of cleaned up. We do have pollution over here, which is gross. But he went with industry. He also went with a landfill, which that's gonna suck once that fills up. But we do have recycling here, so we can just empty another recycling center. And then a cemetery, but again, same situation. We have a crematorium that we can empty that into. So cool. That gets that taken care of. Before I move on to the next thing. Actually, no, let's go ahead and move on to the next thing, which is water pipes, and then we'll go to the next thing. So we're just going to bring these out to right here, and then we're going to follow the highway, because it goes at a fairly straight plug for most of this. And I said fairly straight, and you can see it's not perfectly straight. So we're just going to turn all that off. We're going to come around this corner, keeping this in the median, so that if they have to work on the water pipes, they can not have to tear up all the road. Here it would probably not go underneath a bunch of boulders. And we come to here, and well, bam, that is now all connected all the way out to there. Yes, we are paying a lot of money for those pipes, but it just makes me feel better. Final thing before I build anything new is I want to come over here to Old Elm Brook. So we finally, when I launched the game, we were like 11 visitors away. We're getting like 20 something away, but we don't have enough entertainment out here at Elm Brook. But that's a pretty easy one to resolve. We just need to come in here with some additional stuff to do until this gets fully upgraded. So I'm going to come down to here, and do we have any of these hunting cabins yet? Let's say no. So what I'm going to do is add a couple hunting cabins into these campsites that we have. And because they have a decent amount of entertainment value, I believe. Really, we only have that few campsites? Okay, it's fine. So let's go with this one again. And I'm going to pull this one back off and hide it in the woods a little bit. What's that bring us up to? Pretty freaking close is what it brings us up to. Can I get... it's just a little too far outside. was hoping to get a fishing dock in here, but that's fine. We can fix that. We can grab our park area, add that in just right there, and then drop that dude right there. And he is going to complain about not being connected because he's not connected. He's also kind of up in the air, but we're going to ignore that. And then path. We need a path. All my snap 2s are still off, so we can just do like that, and that's connected. And now, ooh, okay, that did not have as much entertainment as I thought it was going to. So, what else do we have here? We do have the lookout towers, but I'll be honest with you, there's not a lot of places that I think would really benefit from one. Like I hear, yeah, let's look out to the industry? No. Like this one over here is fine because it's looking out over the water. I guess we can kind of do that again over this way. That's always an option. We can just like drop one right there. Don't know what those are worth, but we're probably getting close. How did that not bring? Oh, there it is. It was just delayed. Cool. So I want to do a thing. I want to get rid of this. It just kind of stands out. I want to replace it with rock climbing park. Or rock climb bouldering site, or whatever they're called. And I can use off. Cool. And then the other thing I'd like to do is I think the Nature Reserve Museum will fit in nicely over here. If we look at, I mean, it is big, but if we look at its design and then these little cabins, I think that this is kind of just a good fit. And where I think we'd probably benefit from it the most is just kind of like over here. And so that is where it's going to go, but we are going to set it back a bit. It does not have to be on roads. So I'm going to bring it right to here. It's going to have a little bit of trees in front of it, but then we're going to bring this path. It is really picky about where that goes. We're going to bring a little path right there, and then we're going to kind of wander back off into there a little bit so you can get to it that way. And then it's not liking what I'm doing. Here we go. And then we'll just meander over to there. Cool. So you kind of see the museum from out here, but it also has just a little bit of a secluded feeling off the road. And I dig it. And that gets Elmbrook finally to 5 stars and full entertainment and attractiveness, which is awesome. And I just think this asset is beautiful. It's so detailed, like just the woodworking and the way, you know, they even hid the air conditioning, you know, kind of like behind this decorative element that's over the porch. It's just, I don't know, it's just very, very, very well done. And even the fact that we don't have a perfectly straight beam running along the ridge, just well done. Looks good over here by the cabins. Not the exact same architectural style, but fairly similar. So let's take a look at our cabins again real quick, just to see if any of them are now not at 100%. That one's not. That one's not. That one's not. I wonder if we brought the bouldering site more over here, if that would help. I think it has helped some. Maybe not a lot, but some. But overall, all of these are bringing in 5 guests, so they're all at the maximum profitability. So if they're not at 100%, it doesn't really matter because they're kind of making the most money they can make anyway. And so spending any money to bring everything up to 100% would be pointless because then we would just be giving away our profits. So cool. I like it. I dig it, and I'm happy with it. So the next thing I want to address is back over here. What we have right now is a big giant cul-de-sac, and it's just all one district. It is. So we have 2,500 people living over here. I wonder, yeah, we do not have emergency services. We are going to add that. These only, oh, yeah, those only hold. Man, I really don't want to like take out a building But we kind of need one of these. Where's the school? Yeah, see, it would be... I wonder if we could take, like, a little bit... it takes this path out. Yeah, we're going to take out a commercial building. Sorry, Destin, but we need this in your neighborhood. These are too small. They only hold 1,000. These are 10,000. Excuse me, as a hiccup. And that should work towards some land values a little bit. And... oh my goodness, I suddenly have the hiccups. I had a bunch of pretzels while watching Eddie Izzard earlier. I don't know. What do you eat when you watch Eddie Izzard? And if you don't watch Eddie Izzard, why not? One of the best comedians ever. Trying to get this to straddle here, so I guess I'll go like this. In a colder climate, that would never fly because ice would fall and land on people's cars and kill them. But this isn't a colder climate. It doesn't snow here. Look at that. Look what we've done for the land value out here. Just by putting in a shelter and putting in the antenna. It's helped a lot already. In fact, when I first loaded the game, we were getting these guys complaining about not enough services in the area, and I think we have resolved that. You know, like that one's still saying more services, but then it just upgraded, so it was a dirty, dirty liar. So the next thing I'd like to do is get train service over here, but I think it would make sense to have like the bus station near the trains, but I don't really have an easy way to get the train to come back here. I mean, I could, you know, we could branch off back over here and then branch off right here and bring it in, but then there's not an easy way to just get it to here, you know? We're kind of limited with what we want to do. Plus, I also want to bring in a connection off of this little state highway and run it all the way out there just so we have an alternate way to get back there. Because you can see we've got, maybe not on that side, but we could, on this side of the tracks, bring in a road pretty easily and then maybe curve it right here, come across the water, and then come back to following the river and then just bring it down and connect. I think it would be beneficial to the area to have that. So I'm going to build it because I like the idea. Obviously, I like the idea or I wouldn't have mentioned it. So for now, we're just going to let it mirror. I think we'll just let it follow the railroad up to about here. So let's just use the mod that lets us create. Okay, all mods moved. I don't know why, but the mods moved. So we'll go to about there, and then we'll bring it to about, oh, that's too far. We can go to there, and we can go about here should be fine. I want to move that to the other side. That's one way. Did I not select that highway? I guess there's a two-way highway. Okay. We will redo that to about there, and then there. Cool. And then I want to give a bit of separation so that when we have to bridge down here, we can naturally. So what I'm going to do is try to bridge it up and over this railroad and then get it under here and then just do like an at-grade bridge over here. I don't know how well that's going to work, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to try to get this all crammed in here. So wish me luck. But what I want is for this end to be out about here. So we want to move that off probably 35 to 40 meters. Let's go 40. Actually, a little more than that. Let's just go ahead and go 50. And yeah, that's fine. That works. Cool. Then we'll just hit enter. We'll hit enter. I don't know what happened there that it did a weird, but we're good now. And then we will come into here. I want to come into this here. So I don't want to necessarily have it just be a straight line. And then I want to get this to be, where do we want to go over? I think I want to go over. Let's just do the bridge. And then we can worry about the curve later. I want to go over like right here. And that's not quite good enough. That should work. Yeah, that's fine. And then hopefully the mod can help us with creating the connection here. So go from there to there. And yeah, that's fine. I'm totally okay with that. I mean, it's a little bit of a sharp turn, but it's also a state highway, so they're not perfect state highways. They have their flaws. They know they're flawed, and they're okay with it. I think I'm gonna go ahead and back this off, though. Yep, I do. And then bring this around. Kind of. I want to follow this shoreline down here. So let's get that in. We'll just do a straight line kind of right out here by the river. I think that's good. And then we'll curve it out a little bit. Cool. And then this will come out straight just a smidge. And then we should be able to get just a decent little curve here. If I use the curved road tool. That's beautiful. And then down here, I do want this area to come out a little bit farther. I don't know how much farther exactly, so this may wind up getting fine-tuned some. But I do want this to come on out. In fact, I may just have this T in here and have that little highway go all the way. But that's not a bad idea. Have this highway go all the way out to here and make it just a basic interchange. That is not a bad idea at all. We could have it come back and then straight out like that and then come out over here. And give us just one more way in and out of this area. But that would probably carry a lot of traffic. We could always make it a 4-lane though. I like the idea and I'm going to go with it. I hadn't planned on doing that, but I like it enough that I think we should do it. So let's just parallel these tracks. Close all this crap we don't need. It's not crap. They're very useful mods. I shouldn't call it crap. That's rude. And we'll just parallel just a little bit. I don't want to go way back here. And then I'll throw that on the other side. And we'll go. I'm not going to go as far away. We'll go 25 meters this time. Cool. And then we are going to connect these using the network multi-tool. From here to there. That makes a mostly lovely connection. I am going to clean that up a little bit with the range it line. Just hit that and make that a little softer, and I'm happier with that. And then I want to just bring this, I want to follow this straight from where it is. Just for a little while. Like to about there. And then I am going to make a bridge that goes over right here. Wrong one again. And we need to go there. So where was that? That was right here is where I want this bridge to go over. So we're going to go up 10 meters. Bring that out. Very basic. Very simple. And then I need the... Man, this mouse is going to get on my nerves. I want you to go straight. Is there any way to make you go straight? There is. Look at that. Or gaily forward. Not wanting to do a 90 though, are you? Can I get you to snap to a 90, please? It's probably going to be about as close as I get. But that's fine. And then I want to do a 90 going this way. This is where road guidelines might help me because, yeah, it's picking up that guideline from across the highway now. Cool. And then I just want to bring these down to the ground. Make sure anarchy is off. Anarchy is off. And where you don't really like any of that, that'll be too steep. I disagree with you, game. I think that would be ugly, so I'm going to use anarchy. Put it where I want it. And then fix it. So it goes there, and right there, and then we'll go to there, and to right there. Let's flip these around to start with. Don't have to worry about traffic coming down here yet because these don't go anywhere yet. And then here, yeah, squaring off is fairly sufficient. I will need to move this one back or this one forward because we've got that slowing thing happening here. Maybe we need to add a node in here. Yeah, because this is problematic. If I move the green, I can't move the green any farther. There, if I do that, that gets that going. But then up here looks really weird with the red. Let's play with this and see what we can do to make this better. Yeah, we've definitely got the upside down going there. So I have created a monstrosity. I own that. This is my fault, but we'll fix it. We'll get rid of all this. Oop, not that far. So instead of doing what we've done there, I'm just going to bring this out. Can I not have the bulldozer? Thank you. I'm just going to bring this out a little bit farther. I just don't have enough room for ramp that isn't super steep. That's all I'm really going for here. And now with anarchy off, let's see where it would like to go. Right there. That, I can live with that. Doesn't want to connect on the same side because of course it doesn't. Oh my goodness. Maybe turn anarchy on here. Try that. Yeah, I think I can fix that. I think it's also because it was going the other way that was part of the problem. Over here, we're good to go there. And over here, we should be able to get the same direction, or the same spot, because the directionality was the same. And yes, I can upgrade that. Don't tell me that I can't. So cool. We do have things to work out, but those things can be worked out fairly simply by coming into here and sloping these. From there to there, 5%, bit of an extreme slope, but nothing that's impossible to deal with. And we have people using these exits for reasons I don't quite understand. And then we just need to see if we can't clean this up. I think we've got an extra node here. We do. We have an extra node here. Let's see if we can get rid of that extra node without breaking things. Let's see if we can, first of all, click that. So there's one there, or is it here? Oh, well, that tended to do it just fine, didn't it? Yeah, that looks fine. And then we'll square these all up. Lovely jubbly. And then we just need to select this road that we were using, which is this one. And we need to make sure that, for the most part, it's elevated. We'll put it back on the ground in a minute. But for now, we are going to just once again use our create connection. From there to there. Not quite where I want it to go. I don't have a way to... Okay, so we need to add a little, just a little bit, because it's not wanting to select what I want it to select. So we will just bring that off just a little short segment. And then we'll select that. We'll come back in here, and now we should be able to get, yeah, from there to there. And I think I'm okay with that whole thing being a bridge. I am okay with that whole thing being a bridge. A little bit of a funky interchange, but it's basic, and that's all we need. It should work fine. So there are a few things that we want to address here. We obviously do not want people just going straight across there. That would be silly. We don't want them making a left here because we don't want them to U-turn, and we don't want them to just go straight across on that one either. Get on the right road to begin with if you just want to go straight through. So then I want to come in here with our 2-lane highway and do lane mathematics. Just drop this down to 2. And we already see some folks using that, and that's really cool. Let's clean this up just a little bit right here. We want to grab that, and then we want to hold down shift because we want to align that to there, and then we want to do the same thing on this side. And then we want to come down here to this end and do the same thing. That just makes it look a little bit better. Yeah, I could straighten it up and do more things with it. But for the most part, we're good. I did just see a truck cut across several lanes of traffic. So we're just going to go ahead and put these in just for the sake of my sanity. Cool. So that gets us connected there. And then I want to look at one other thing before we wrap it up today. And not this tree, but we are going to look at that tree later. But I want to look at one other thing before we wrap it up today. And I suppose before we look at one other thing, we should probably finish connecting this highway to something, yeah? Yeah, because this highway doesn't connect to anything. I'm almost wondering if we shouldn't move this bridge. Like, where are they going? Like, why are they driving down there? I'm almost wondering if this bridge shouldn't now come over here and come across. But that'd be a really long span, and you want, like, a short span. But we can maybe get rid of a bit of this curve here. Let's get that out of the way and get our arrange it line tool and go to there and go to there. It's a bit sharp right here, but I think I'm okay with it. I think it'll be fine because it's about the same over there, and I think that is a more reasonable turn through there. Cool. So let's get this road connected to the highway. So go to about there, and then we will bring this out at a 90 right here, and then we will curve it in to right there. Cool. That gets it connected down here. Just to go ahead and be proactive, I am going to jump back into here real quick and grab the asymmetrical version of this and just add in a couple turn lanes. There we go. And that should help. And we should also now see some vehicles start using this in a logical fashion instead to take just a random ass detour that they were doing just a moment ago. Because that's what they were doing a moment ago. All right, so let's see now what we need to do to get this up and over here. So we've got anarchy on, which we don't want. So let's bring this up to about here and then start bridging. I will forever click the wrong one of those. And let's bring that up. Let's just go ahead and go up 15. Is that too tall? No, that's fine. And then we want to go to about here and then see. Yeah, we're going to have to have anarchy to get across that. And then I want to bring it down to the ground again. About there. And we will change those to both be bridges. And then I want to try to get through here and under this and maybe even to the other side of it. I just don't know if it's going to be possible. I'm going to turn anarchy off. I'm hoping that we're just close enough that I can get a curve to go right under this bridge. So I'm going to bring this out to right about there. And then we are going to turn off all of our snap twos. I'm just going to try to get this in here to start going under and then right back out the other side. And you know what? That freaking worked, friends. I'm surprised I got that on the first try. I truly am. I'm happy that I got it on the first try, but I'm surprised that I did. And then we just want to bring this over. Probably more this direction, even though that's not a 180 off of that. That's okay, we can fix that. And then we just need to look and see where we want to make our connection here. Probably like here. It's going to be tough to get a perfect 90, but that's pretty doggone close. And then we just need to wind this down to over here. That's a really that's a bit too sharp for me. Let's fix that. I don't like it. What I'm gonna do is actually bring this out a little farther, and then try again, but this time with the other one, the create connection mode. Yeah, that's better. That works for me. So now this will go all the way out and across. We just need to do a couple little fixes right here to make this look a little bit better. And that's going to entail just raising this up and hitting the upgrade tool and smacking that and smacking that. And then that gives us a nice gentle slope. So a bit steep. I don't know. That bridge is probably a bit too high. So let's bring this down. Looks like about there, and that node. Actually, we really only need those 3 nodes. Yeah, let's bring this down to something a bit more realistic here, which is right about there. Cool. I like that. And then we will come in and get this all out of our way, and we will set slope on these. I really could use like another node right there, but whatever. I'm not gonna. Maybe I am, because that's a bit steep. And then here, this can go all the way to there. Oh, no. You see what I did? I had the other end still selected. That was my goof. Oh, well, that worked. That was my goof, but man, Move It just made that really possible. I need to undo it. I don't have undo it. I am going to add a node just to either side of this. There and there. That way I can start my slope a little bit closer. And not do it wrong this time. There we go. Now we deselect and now come to this side. So that side's still a little steep, but it kind of has to get down there quick in order to make that. And wow, there are people using this. There are people using this to go either leave town or go over there. Let's find out. I'm kind of curious what they're using this for. It's pretty much private vehicles. And it's about 50-50. Some are using it as a quicker way to leave town, so I have to keep an eye on that. We do not want to clog this road with too much traffic. We would want that movement to still happen out here on the main highway if they're leaving. We want that to be the priority. Are we having issues here? Thought I saw some issues happening, but I guess not. Yeah, I just want this to be the priority for certain. Instead of coming over to this. Oh, we got people doing lane changes there. Very odd. So I was going to get into one other thing over in this area, but I think we'll save it for next time. And it's going to go probably out over here. And I'll give you a hint. If you look at the numbers, you can kind of see the city has a big, big need. And now that we have development out this direction, I think it'll work really well. So that is what we're going to pick up next time. But until then, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.